converting from any types to a string type or into a string.
Yep.
So from any kind of like Boolean or object, it would just be a string, like how we were doing basically on this one with this with the string
Yeah.
name.
So let's go ahead and add a console write line after line 18. And then just type in a 1. And then let's add a new line after that. And do console write line again. And do, I'm sorry, not a 1, but the I.
Hmm.
And then at the second console write line to I dot toString, open close parenthesis. And let's go ahead and run this, see what comes of it.
Cool.
So it just
Oh yeah, it gave us the numbers for them.
yeah, it just does the numbers, and it doesn't differentiate one or the other. Yeah, that wasn't what I was expecting. But essentially, the first one is being printed out as an integer, and the second one is being printed out as a string.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
you can't see it in the console. I was hoping that it would display it somewhat different. So actually, what you could do is go ahead and close this terminal. On line 19, on the I, do the get type toString. I'm going to start talking to you like I talk to other programmers. I'm just going to assume you know what I'm talking about.
I like it.
Or
Let
that
me
there's
see.
code in there that you can look at to see how it works.
Okay.
So what's wrong with your code?
Get type to string. Right. Oh, there needs to be another parentheses right here, right? Or in a yeah, parentheses.
Don't ask me, just do it. And then you still have a squiggly mark at the end.
Oh, so it needs to have another parentheses. There we go.
And then also on the second right line after the toString, do the same thing. After toString, do the get type and the toString again.
Okay. Oh.
You have a comma
Oh, it's the
instead of a
comma.
period.
That's why I was like, help me out here. Come on. I know you know what I'm talking about. There we go.
All right, let's execute this, see what we get. I think this is going to give us what I was looking for.
It has the integer. The string is 0.
So the I is represented as an integer. And then when you do a toString, it represents it as a string itself. So that's kind of what I wanted to see.
Mm.
So, but you can see the different types now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool.
but toString is something that is every class has it. So in C#, there is one class that is like the master class for all classes. It's like the master to all objects. And the name of that is object. And so everything derives from object. And once we get into the object-oriented aspect of it, it'll make more sense. But because that object class implements toString, every class after that inherits it. And depending on how they implement it, sometimes you get the value that is being held in the variable. Other times, if it can't show the value, it'll specify the type just like we do the get type to string. It'll
Mhm.
actually specify the type when you call the to string. And so, yeah, so that's being implemented everywhere. Every single object that you instantiate or every single variable that you create has that to string. And so you can do that to string anywhere, and it'll spit something out. It may not be what you want it to be, but it'll have something in there that it'll show you what it's doing. And so that's another interesting tidbit.